What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to another War of the Visions video here on Fort Misery Gaming. And today, guys, I did want to go over the patch notes. We do have quite a bit of stuff to go over today because we are going to be having the Final Fantasy 1 collaboration featuring Warrior of Light. The long-awaited best tank in the game is finally coming to the global server. So anyone that has been saving for him, it is your time to shine, and I hope you guys have some really good luck on your pulls. So let's go over the events that we have going forward. So first of all, they're going to have a Summer 2020 10% Visor back campaign, which basically means that on whatever banners they deem are the summer banners, that basically every summon you do, you're going to get 10% of that back at a later time. So I'm not sure if that means like you're going to get it like within a week, or if you're going to get it like that like a month from now, but they said the time like later in the notice when we go over that is going to they will let us know on that. So we also are going to have Hard Quest double drop up campaign and JP reward quest. I think this is the first time we've had the double drops for the Hard Quest, so that's actually awesome. So like for me, I'm doing Zyza shards. I get 4 shards of Zyza a day, so now during that campaign I'll get 8 shards of Zyza a day, so that's pretty sweet. So it says right here, receive 10% Viz back on Visor used to perform summons during the campaign period. Visor back earned during the campaign will be sent presents unlimited in the form of ordinary Visor. And it says it's from the 29th of July until the 31st of July. So not a very long time you guys have. So unfortunately, you can't really capitalize on getting on the login rewards that we have coming up for the beginner campaign and other collaboration campaigns. So you basically want to farm up as much Viz as you can on the 29th and 30th, and at the latest you have until only the 31st to do all your summons, which I believe is on Friday. So I believe starting Saturday is when you guys will be cut off from your 10%. Unfortunately, it is only for 2 days, so that is a little bit of a setback, but you know, it is something, a bonus that you guys kind of weren't expecting. I'm not sure on JP if they did this or not, but still pretty cool. And like we said here, the Hard Quest, the item drop double up campaign is going to be here, so you guys are going to get double the shard drops from your Hard Quest, so definitely focus on units you really aim to build and go hard with that, so that's pretty cool. We're going to have an arena campaign. Pretty much we've had this multiple times, just we're going to get double the arena medals for your wins. I have no one on special bonus rate up for arena, so I'm not going to be trying hard for arena this week for sure. I don't have any of the usable characters for the bonus points, unfortunately, which is one thing I have a really big problem with arena, is that if you don't pull on the banners like pretty regularly, you basically can't rank high in arena, because missing out on the bonus like either 100% or 75% is basically meaning you can't place like top. Like you'd have to use a lot of refreshes to even get in the top 1,000. So pretty bad in my opinion. I hope they do change that eventually, but it is what it is. And then we have our JP reward quest. Once a day, you get a bunch of JP for your characters. You will get 500. Enjoy even more by coping the job. Crystal Vision card if you guys bought that back during the, I believe that was a Tactics collab, we got that. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, that's a big chunk of what we have going on. And then next, let's talk about the collaboration Final Fantasy login rewards. So we're going to have those and challenge missions come up. So a little different than the JP side, but and my game wants to do that to me. That's awesome. But anyway, let's go back in here. There we go. All right, so we're going to get a rare summon ticket. I believe that is just one summon. I don't think that's a multi-summon. You're going to get that 500 Viz. So 500 Viz every day, so we don't have to keep saying it over and over again. 10 medium stamina pots, 50 medium cubes, 30 skip tickets, and 1 rainbow sphere. This is pretty lackluster rewards, honestly, but I know we're going to have other Final Fantasy collaboration login rewards throughout the weeks, because this event will go on, you know, probably for multiple weeks. I would assume at least 2 weeks is the collaboration, so we're probably going to have at least 1 more week of different login rewards. Typically, like the first week's mediocre or whatever, and then like the following week you'll have some better rewards, so just keep that in mind. And then the challenge missions, says here, in addition to the 20 story skip tickets, you will also get valuable rewards such as large EXP cubes and SR growth eggs, and earn up to 700 Visor and a Rainbow Vision Sphere. And I will be going over the JP side of what they got in their bingo event, or their challenge bingo event, and we'll probably get very close to what they got. And then next, we are going to have an event quest and an EX quest. So obviously, we're going to have an exchange shop for Warrior of Light, and as long as they don't change things, unfortunately, he does not have shards in the shop to buy like you guys had for Orlando and Ramza. So that is a big kind of kick in the nuts to him because you basically are going to have to come up with the other 80 shards that we got for free from Orlando and Ramza. And actually, it was technically 120 because you got 80 from the shop, and then Orlando had a mission where you got 40, and then Ramza had the bingo event where you got 40 as well. And I think Ramza even had login rewards. Like, Ramza was like super easy to TMR if you guys were going for him. But Orlando, you at least got 120 for free. So here, you're getting 0 for free with Warrior of Light. Outside of the hard shard quest you guys will get if you pull him early on in the event, I believe you can get like 50 shards, something like that. But yeah, still doesn't equate to 120. So, but we are going to have the opportunity to get the Armor of Light crafting recipe as well, as getting the medals and things like that, which we normally have for this stuff. And from what I hear, the Armor of Light is a very, very good armor to get. I heard it can replace a lot of the armors that we currently have, especially if you're tank heroes. All right. So next, let's talk about the Final Fantasy collaboration debut. So introducing, obviously, Warrior of Light and the Death Machine UR Vision card, which I heard the Vision card is very good as well. And then the expeditions are going to be open the Chocobos. You're going to have limited Warrior of Light hard quest Visor consumption bonus. Basically, when you spend Visor, you're going to get shards. And then the new job Warrior of Light. So, on his Limit Burst, deal 3-hit medium damage targets within range and bestow status effect Protect and Shell on self for 3 turns. It makes him super, super tanky on his Limit Break, which is pretty sweet. That looks, and from the way it looks pretty awesome as well. And then he has Holy Bravery, straight up large damage to the target, and then Breath of Life recovers own set of percentage of own HP large. I believe that is a very high HP gain for himself, but it is only able to be used one time, if I remember correct from the JP players. So, and then we have the Death Machine print, which looks cool. So it gives you party ability area attack res up. That's pretty cool. And then pierce res up. So, very, very good. Just straight up damage mitigation. So, just overall can be used in a lot of different scenarios. It's not isn't confined into one particular game mode just because it's just all around damage reduction. Obviously, the bestowed effect only applies to pierce, but still the party ability is universal, which that's what we mostly go for. And then for the Esper, it invokes Death Machine, deals fire, large damage to targets within range, and activates temporary map effects, raises allies' attack, and lowers enemies' fire res. Pretty cool. Attack buff there, so not too bad. And then, like I said here, we have you guys can do this every day and to get your hard quests, but they have this for all characters. This is not like a, special thing for Warrior of Light. This is for every new banner character. Going forward, I think it was like since after Lucia, because I remember when I pulled for Lucia, I did not have this. So I think it was after Lucia is when they started this, and then you guys can get some extra shards there. And yeah, 50 shards you can get from there. But then you do have also the consumption bonus as well, where you guys can get some more shards for him as well. You can get 5, then 10, then 15, then 20, and 20, so that's 40. So that's 40, 55, 60, it looks like 70 total shards you can get. My math is right. Is my math wrong? No, 30, yeah, because that makes 15 on that side, 15 on that side, and then 40, yeah. So 70 shards. So that gives you a total of 120 shards. So I guess that's about the same. I guess it equals out to being the same as Ramza and Orlando in that aspect because it's 120 each way. But the kicker for this consumption is you would have to spend 50,000 viz, which I say is actually probably what you are going to have to spend to try to get him to at least level 89 from a level 89 team art status, depending on how lucky you are. you probably are going to have to spend around 50K, 40K, something like that to get him, you know, built up. Because keep in mind, once he's gone, you cannot get his shards, so you are pressured to refresh the shop, spend lots of viz to buying his shards, all that kind of good stuff. So yeah, just keep all that in mind. And then the Notorious Cave Expedition areas are open in the Chocobo Expedition. So I believe that is like you get the event currency in his shards. So kind of sucks you have to sacrifice a Notorious Cave for that. He just doesn't show up in the light. But I guess that means like he's more common possibly to get in the Chocobo Expedition because he's probably the only unit shards you will get from the Chocobo, I would assume. And so we have the new job, Vanguard Physical Tank class, and that's it for that. So then we have scheduled maintenance. So let's go into WOTV here. All right, guys, so we're over here on WOTV FFBE.Gama, and we are here to look at the different rewards here for Warrior of Light. There we go. Sorry about that, guys. Computer lagged out a little bit. So basically, their logging campaign over their whole period, they got 3,000 viz. On our first week, we get 2,500. So I'm assuming we're going to get way more in a 10-day period. We pretty much guarantee get 2,500 viz every week, regardless of what events they have going on. So it will be a better bang for our buck for that. So we'll see. They got eggs instead of, what did we get? We got a rainbow sphere instead of the eggs. So that was the difference for their week 1 compared to our week 1. And they only got 300 viz per day either. So we get 200 more viz a day. So that would actually equate to us getting, you know, about 1,000 more viz total, assuming we do get a part 2 login campaign. But anyway, we'll cross that bridge next week when we come to it. But for the challenge missions here, this is the stuff you guys got. So you guys get some EXP cubes, some eggs, stamina pots, limit break pots, skip tickets, some SR eggs, the light magicites. Looks like TMR pots. Then you guys also have the large stamina pots. And then here, you guys see here 700 viz and then 1 rainbow sphere. So I do totally expect to get all this here. And then here, this looks like, I'm pretty sure, oh, okay, this is the Chocobo. So these are the items you can get in your Chocobo farm. So you guys can get the red magicites, you guys can get the light awakening materials, you can get the purple, green, and blue job materials, you can get the recipes for the Warrior of Armor, or the Armor of Light, or whatever it's called. And then you guys can get the Warrior of Light shards and event currency as well. So that's pretty cool. And then I think the rest is just, it shows the visitor consumption bonus and the hard quests. And then here are the shops. So the shop here, Warrior of Light pack number 1, 2,000 paid viz, but it didn't say what it is. I don't know what that means. Maybe that means you could just straight up buy Warrior of Light for 2,000 paid, but it says trade limit 3, so I'm not sure what this is, to be honest. But at any rate, we do have the UR vision card, the machine, and then we have the Warrior of Light as well, where you guys can get, obviously, 3 copies of 40 lot shards to get him 120 shards total. So when you combine that with the 50 you get, you guys are guaranteed pretty much to get 170 total. So, which should get you guys at least, I believe that gets you like pretty close to limit break 3, so that's actually not too bad. And then you guys have here your normal stuff, like your fragment thoughts, your job materials, your awakening materials, your job mats, all that kind of good stuff. And then for the Mog Shop, this is going to be the Mog Shop for the Event Metal Shop. You guys have the specific job materials here. So obviously, since this is an exclusive job for a time limit event, you actually get the job materials you need for it for free. So you guys don't have to worry about getting it to job 15 for that particular job, for his main job. And then you guys actually, this is pretty cool. We actually can get magicites. That's actually pretty dope, of the large kind for all the elements, 50 of each, it looks like. So that's pretty sweet. We do have a rainbow sphere, or a rainbow sphere. We have a azure sphere. We have a rainbow fragment thought. You can get the azure 3 times, and then the rainbows 1 each. Then you guys do have your fragment thoughts. You have your prisms. And then you guys have your crafting mats as well, and some resmithing hammers to build the Armor of Light. And then you guys also have some of the different seals here as well for him. So pretty cool there. And then it looks like per day you guys can get 10 TMR pots and 10 limit break pots. That's pretty cool. And then kind of the other throwaway kind of stuff. Like I have been buying these gold snappers, but now it's 20 a day, it looks like. Or is it 10 a day? 10 per day. So you can get 10 per day there. Basically, that's going to cost you 200 currency, which actually that's like probably 1 or 2 runs at most, so that's actually not terrible. And then per day, you also can get the growth eggs, so that's pretty cool. If you guys are really started on growth eggs, I'm pretty set on them, to be honest, so I wouldn't buy these per day, personally. But I would definitely buy the limit burst pots for sure per day. That's because those are the TMR and the limit break ones. Those are definitely limited. You cannot always get them. So that's definitely something I would recommend at least getting per day. And then obviously get the exclusive stuff like the resmithing hammers. If you guys need more of the crafting mats, definitely the rainbow spheres, definitely the magicites for sure, and then his job materials. I would say get his job materials even if you don't plan to build them, because, I mean, they're not insanely expensive. And you never know, they might rerun him eventually down the road like they did Orlando and Ramza for FFT Part 2. So you might want to pick them up just in case, you know. But chances are you'll be able to do this kind of exchange shop again for him if they do rerun him. So there's that. And then let's go into the collaboration kind of events here that we have. So this is the regular event. The non-EX shows you guys the drop rates here. For Battle 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then Battle 2, 3, 4, 5 intermediate. I wonder if they are going to release these in waves. Like week 1, you're going to have the Part 1 with all the blue materials, and then like technically Battle 1 intermediate goes into blue materials too. But we'll have to see on that. And then you also get a crafting recipe here, which for the longsword, the rare, which no one cares about. So that's like not even worth talking about. But you guys have all the job materials you guys can get for him. And then you guys have here your rewards, which is event currency, pretty like, you know, I guess throwaway stuff that you don't really care about. Stuff probably most players have tons of. But you guys can get the event currency at least for your like first time completions or whatever. So I guess that's fine. But no like Visor besides getting like your 50 for clearing the stage initially, which is kind of bad to be honest. Like this event doesn't really seem like I'm getting the best bang for my buck compared to like the FFT event. And that's it. Okay. Well that's like really disappointing actually. I wonder if they'll change this in global, because this is actually pretty bad. Literally no rainbow mats and literally no Visor for any endeavors. Wow, that's pretty bad actually. So let's go to the EX quest here, so we can look at the Armor of Light stuff. So here, first time completion, you get 50. You do get a rainbow fragment for the EX Armor of Light and resmithing hammers in some of the recipes. When you get 10 times total cleared, you guys are going to get 250 viz, a rainbow sphere, and the crafting mats, event currency, and 1 recipe. And then the EX for multiplayer, you guys will get 150 viz, crafting mats, not the recipe though, and then 3,500 of the event currency. So that's pretty much everything. Let's go into the Armor of Light. Let's see if it'll actually... Alright, here we go. So here is the Armor of Light. So we're going to go over this just real fast for you guys, so you guys can see kind of what it does. So it gives you magic res +8 if you do get it to +5. Good milestones to get is obviously get minimum of a +2. Definitely try for a +4 if you can. But if you can't make 2 +4s to make your +5, I totally get it. It is a lot of grinding to do. But the event should be here at least for 2 weeks, and we are going to have multiplayer, and I'm hoping multiplayer drops are fixed back to where they've been for most of the events now, where they are double drops again, but we'll see what happens when the event comes out. So you have Magic Res +5. Stat-wise, pretty good, especially for a tank. This is definitely a tank gear. It is not a DPS or Thief or Gunner or any other or Mage gear or anything like that. It is pretty good, though, for your tanks. It's going to give you 408 HP, 15 defense, and 6 spirit. All stuff you want to see on tanks. And it has -6 evasion, -6 crit. So the only detriment thing there for this particular, for the shield stat first, is going to be -6 crit. But it's still pretty good. Now, if you guys go into the barrier, you're going to get 408 HP, 7 defense, 12 spirit. So a little higher on the spirit than the defense. You still get the -6 crit, so it looks like that's going to be universal, and then it's going to be -6 accuracy. Then for Vital, it's going to be 584 HP, 3 defense, 3 spirit, -6 accuracy, -6 crit. I definitely feel Vital is the worst. Even though it's massively more HP, like 180 more HP, having that increased defense and spirit stat, I feel is going to be way better. I kind of think Barrier is the way to go. Simply because I'm pretty sure Warrior Light, like Engelbert, has a higher physical resistance than magical resistance. So getting whatever magical resistance you can find is probably pretty good. But I could be wrong about that as well. But, you know, just my kind of 2 cents of first glance at it of what it is. So anyway, guys, that is going to be the video. Let me know what you guys think of the snapshot of what we can expect for events for Warrior Light's coming to the game, or not Warrior Lights, but for Warrior Light debut coming to the game on Global here, starting up on Wednesday morning. So let me know if you guys plan to pull for him, if you guys are skipping him for another featured unit, and what you guys think of all the overall events and rewards we have coming to the game here for the next week of War of the Visions Global. So thank you guys so much for watching. Once again, if you guys did enjoy today's content, make sure you guys drop a like down below, hit subscribe if you guys are new, and ring that bell for future notifications so you guys do not miss the next upload for War of the Visions here on Fort Misery Gaming. Thank you guys so much once again for watching. Be safe out there, guys. Wash your hands, all that good stuff, and I'll see you all in the next video.